Today's openings begin with the Salzburg, a desert milk stout from Fort Garry Brewing in Winnipeg. They call this a rich and full-bodied dessert milk stout that delivers a smooth, velvety experience. Brewed with vanilla and a homemade caramel syrup. Chocolate and subtle notes of hazelnut. They did this in collaboration with BDI, the Bridge Drive-In, which is an ice cream joint that's existed in Winnipeg for longer than anybody can remember. It's just one of those ice cream places that every city has and everybody remembers. Oh, wow. That tastes a lot like caramel ice cream. I can even taste a little bit of cone in there. That's wild. So the first thing in, of course, doesn't have any customs allies on it. So what do we have in the foam packaging? What do we have? Something really tiny? Oh no, it is a kit. No label on the kit, but it does have this cute little bug-shaped circuit board. It calls itself the Weevil Eye. Now, it looks like it's got a really low component count, so it'll probably be a super fast little kit to do. Yeah, 3 resistors, a photoresistor, 2 LEDs, and the battery holder. I could almost do that as a YouTube short. Nah, I don't want to do that, though. I don't like YouTube. Oh, there's a transistor in there, too. I don't like YouTube shorts, and I'm not going to subject you guys to them. Maybe if I've got 2 or 3 small kits like this, maybe I will do them together in one video. I don't know. What do you think? Weevil's Eye Electronic DIY Kits Photosensitivity Eyes Kit Photosensitive LED Beginner Learn Electronics Fun Kit. Definitely a beginner kit. $1.69 with a ridiculous amount of shipping. But if you're buying kits for beginners or for a class or club or something, you'd buy a bunch of them and make the shipping worthwhile. When I bought it, it cost the same, but the shipping was only about $1 or so. But if you combine shipping with other things, you can usually get a better deal. They don't have any description down here, but we know what it is because we could look at it. This reviewer said it's a very nice kit, perfect for kids learning to solder, which it absolutely is. And it looks like there's a bunch of different sellers that have it for different prices. So if you follow the link, check down there and see if somebody else has got it for cheaper or at least for a less ridiculous shipping cost. I'm not usually one for flavored beers, but that one's kind of amusing. It's a nice summery kind of a drink out of a dark beer, which isn't usually a summery thing. Anyway, next thing in, let's see what we got. It is, it's another kit. I'm guessing that back when I ordered these, and I think I got a kit or 2 in the last mailbag as well, I think I was just going on a kit buying spree to restock so that I have a bunch of kits for my December kit build-o-rama. Let's see what this one is. There's LED in there. It looks like it builds into an airplane. Oh, that's cute. Let's not lose this LED here. Tuck that in there. Let's see what this has to say for itself. This is a variant on the classic 555 and 4017 LED chaser kind of a thing. This one uses 7 LEDs in a sequence, and then a couple not connected pins there. So it's another beginner level kit, but one with a novel form factor. It looks like battery clips go on the wings there. Well, this should be fun to play with. DIY electronic kit, electronic small airplane, flashing LED, full light circuit, making DIY kit welding practice parts. Yeah, they have 2 different versions on it, one that comes with batteries and one without. Obviously, I got the one without because it's cheaper. And again, I did not pay $8.50 shipping when I bought this. It was a much more reasonable shipping. So once again, search around. You should be able to find the same thing. It might cost a little bit more, but with less shipping, that kind of stuff. You know, the usual. I'm not going to keep repeating that. Anyway, simulated aircraft design with a 555 and a 4017 for stable performance. 2 CR1220 button batteries. Do I have any of those around here? I probably do. Or at least I will have by the time I put this thing together. Equipped with LED lights, 7 flashing in a loop, easy to operate. Sure. This looks like it'll be a nice, easy beginner kit as well. Maybe I'll combine it with that other one into a single beginner kit video. All right, here's the next thing in. I hope you can hear me okay over the sound of the air conditioner. It is 32 degrees Celsius outside at the moment, and my wife won't let me turn the air conditioner off, which I don't really blame her. What do we have in here? We got 2, 3 of them. These look like servo motors. And that is indeed what they are. These are the MG996 high torque. I think they're metal gears, what the MG means. These are significantly larger than the ones that come in the standard Arduino kits, and that do tend to get used for a lot of small projects. These ones are super cheap and available everywhere. But as you can see, they are about, what is that, half, 30% of the size of these guys, and the weight is significantly different as well. So I'm hoping that these will be interesting for a future project that is not determined yet. Servos Digital MG996R and a few others, Servo Metal Gear for Futaba, JR, RC car, model helicopter boat. Yeah, these are standard RC servos, just the slightly larger and heavier duty ones. I got the 3-pack of them for, actually it was about $16.10 when I bought them with free shipping, so they've actually come down a hair. Cool. Comply with most standard receiver connectors. Great for RC stuff. That's what they're designed for. 300mm wire. Okay, there's the operating speed of them. 0.13 seconds to go 60 degrees with a 6-volt feed, no load. Stall torque 13 kilogram centimeters or 180.5 ounce inches if you prefer. They will run up to 7.2 volts, which is a little low for a 2S LiPo pack, but they seem like they're perfectly happy between 5 and 6 volts, so that's probably what I'll do with them most of the time. All right, next thing in. Again, no information on it. Where's my cut? Over there? Sure. What do we have here? We have 2 kits. Oh, this one, that isn't a kit. I had assumed that it would be when I was ordering it, because, like I said, I was ordering a whole bunch of kits to restock. Come out of there. As I said, I was hoping that would be a kit, but it looks like it's got a little microcontroller in there and some LED filaments around the outside and a USB-C connector on it. So let's see what happens when we give it some USB-C power. Nothing. It does nothing. Anything touch sensitive on there? No. Okay. Oh, there we go. There is a touch sensor on the back of it. Okay. Wow, that gets bright. Ooh, and it gets quiet in here because the air conditioner's done. Cool. Okay, so you can play with the touch sensor here. You push and hold and you can set a dimming cycle. Okay. You tap it. Well, that's neat. Again, I was hoping that it would be a kit, but oh well, I will try and add this to the family Christmas ornamentage, I guess. See if my wife approves of it. Let's see what the listing said. Maybe I ordered the wrong thing inadvertently, or maybe they screwed up. DIY soldering kits, Christmas LED lights, snowflake lamp, USB touch, nightlight window ornaments, decoration, New Year gift decor. Comes in several different colors. I, of course, chose the orange without a case because putting the case with it makes it much more expensive. It only, again, I'm not going to keep talking about the shipping. Costs at the moment $3.83, and before I ordered it, I believed that it was a DIY soldering kit. After I ordered it, this reviewer pointed out that it is not, in fact, a DIY kit, as did this one. So I wish I had, well, I wish they had made those comments before I ordered it, but whatever. You know now. I don't know what they mean by non-polar dimming, but yeah, it's got a touch sensor on the back of it, and you can use it to dim the thing up and down. Okay, sure. Still, I wish it was a soldering kit. I wanted to solder something like this together. It would have been a challenge. Hopefully the thing that it came with is a kit, and it does look like it. I see parts all over the place. Ultrasonic suspension standing wave controller fabrication kit. Huh. So I see a couple of ultrasonic transducers in there. These are the same ones that are on those distance sensors, but these ones seem to be separate. This bag is heat sealed. It's not a Ziploc bag, so I'm not going to break it open because it looks like it has a whole bunch of tiny little balls of some sort in there, and I don't want to lose those. But I also see some metal standoffs, an IC, and a socket. And the parts list talks about capacitors, resistors, capacitors. So there's a bunch of components. It looks like the component count goes up to 16 items, and possibly more than one of each one. So yeah, this could be a challenging and interesting little kit to put together. I've never, other than, like I said, the distance sensors, I've never really played with ultrasonic stuff. Mini ultrasonic levitator device, DIY kit, ultrasonic levitation, acoustic levitation, DIY standing wave science learning kit, experiment, whatever. So I got the DIY parts version. You can buy it completed if you want. Although this one in the pictures looks like it's surface mount. The one that I've got has a dip IC and socket. So again, it is slightly different, but whatever. I think it will probably build up into a reasonable thing. And it looks like those little plastic balls are what you levitate between the two ultrasonic modules. Yeah, it's got a microcontroller, which is an 8-pin device, a driver chip, and 2 ultrasonic transmitters. And it creates ultrasonic standing waves in the middle that can levitate light objects 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter, such as the foam balls or ants, if you want to torture insects, I guess. Okay. And now the last and, as always, the largest object in. Let's see what this guy has to say for itself. Oh, it's a bag within a bag. Oh, it's 2 bags within bags. Okay. What is this one? It is a 1 meter orange fast charge cable. It looks very much like that same one that I got last week. Yeah, that looks just like, where's that other one here? It's like the orange version of this one. No chrome plating flaking off it this time. But yeah, that is exactly the same cable. Okay, I mentioned when I got this one that I ordered a couple of them from different suppliers just to see if they would be different. And so far, neither of these are as heavy duty as that original one that I got with my USB soldering iron. 120 watt 6 amp super fast charge USB-C liquid silicone cable. Liquid? I guess if you try and draw too much power through it, it'll eventually become liquid. Quick charge PD 60 watt. Is it 60 watt or 120 watt? For all these different types of phones. Right. So I got the 1 meter one. Oh, okay, they have a 60 watt and a 120 watt. I guess I ordered the 60 watt because the 120 watt one seems to be a USB A to C. Okay, and I ordered 1 meter and $5.39 shipping combined with something else to get free shipping, which must be the other thing in the bag. Fast charging, not easy to get hot. Zinc alloy, okay. And flexible TPE, thermoplastic elastomer, I guess. Is that silicone? One of these things is lying. It feels like a silicone cable to me. Anyway, I don't know whether it's TPE or not. Whatever. The lies don't really matter. Apparently there is a little LED in there, though. I'll have to go and look for that. So there is what it claims to have for cores in it. It's like 3 insulated cores and then some reinforcing bundles or something. Not Not sure if I want to take one of these apart, but now that I've got two of them, maybe I will. I don't know. What do you think? Oh yeah, it does have a little LED in there. Okay, I hadn't noticed that on the other cable. So let's see. Yeah, just like the other one, it has D plus D minus, CC, V bus, and ground, and a shield ground, but it does not have TXRX1 and TXRX2. So it is just a standard speed USB cable, not a high-speed one, but it never claimed to be that. It just claimed to be a charging cable. Further testing will have to ensue. And the last thing that was in that bag had my address on it. I've already obliterated it, so this is take 2, but I haven't opened it yet, so let's see what we got. This is another one of those same cables, PD Superfast Charge Liquid Silicone Type C. This time it is black, and it looks like the connectors are a little bit shinier. Yeah, they are a slightly different connector. They are polished chrome, I guess, rather than the other one. Okay. And it too has the power LED in its connector. Okay. Neat feature, I guess. I'm going to assume, just like the other one, that this one probably, yeah, exactly the same. Shield ground, electrical ground, V bus, CC1, D plus D minus, but not TXRX1 and TXRX2. So just a standard speed cable. But other than that, oh, actually that one, the jacket feels just a hair thicker than the other ones. So maybe it is a different cable. That is why I ordered several of them in several different colors from several different suppliers. I'm going to have to give these a load test or current test and just see what kind of voltage drop I've got across them in the future. So again, pretty much the same description. It calls itself liquid silicone, which is no doubt a bad translation of some sort. This one, though, claims to be 120 watts, whereas the other one claimed to be 90 watts for the USB-C to USB-C version. These ones also claim 120 watts for the USB-A to USB-C version. But this is the one that I got. You could have also got it in 2 meters for another $1 and a couple of pennies if you wanted to. And this one makes all of the same claims down here, even uses the same pictures and everything. So yeah, there's nothing much more to say about it. All right, repetition and repetition. And there is the contents of today's Mailbag Monday haul. A handful of kits for restocking for my December kit build-o-rama. I think I might put these two together because they're both simple, straightforward kits. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that one as a bonus video. I don't know. We'll see what happens come December. And then there's this interesting little ultrasonic suspension levitation kind of kit. That is going to be interesting. I've never played with that effect before. Then there's this thing, which I thought was going to be a kit, but turned out not to be. It's still kind of interesting, though. But I would have liked to have built it. Oh well, so be it. And we've got these 3 fairly large servo motors, which will show up for some project at some point in the future. They are just for stock for now. You never know when the muse is going to strike, and I'm going to want to use those. I bought a whole bunch of those smaller blue ones that I showed you earlier, and I've used over half of them in various different things, mostly to do with the model railroad that I haven't touched in over a year, but I've used them for various different things around here, and I'm sure these will get used eventually too. Then there is these 2 what I thought were heavy-duty cables. They're charging cables. They may actually be heavy-duty. And as I showed you earlier, in the previous mailbag, I got a 3rd one, which is identical to that one. This one has a little bit thicker cable on it. Now, it might just be the insulation, or it might be the conductors inside it. Regardless, I am going to have to test those out. And I think that is all the ones that I've ordered for now. So I'm going to have to test those out, see if they can actually handle the current that they claim to be able to, And if I can figure out how to take one of them apart non-destructively, I may do that too, just to see what the wires are. Anyway, that's what happened today. Thanks for watching. As always, thanks to my YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters for helping keep the mailbags rolling in and helping keep the beer fridge full. Always appreciated. Questions and comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.